Brain development from infancy to early childhood.
Infancy, ages 0 to 2, is the period in which the brain is developing very rapidly and is undergoing a number of changes. In this stage, the brain is sometimes referred to as an empty sponge, ready to absorb as much information as it possibly can. Right after birth, the brain undergoes many different activities. Let's take a look at Stuart's brain development during this. Prenatally, and even after birth, Stuart's brain's neurons are going through what is called myelination. Myelination is a process by which neurons are surrounded by fat cells, which increases the speed of neural impulses as well as protect them from any other electrical interferences. Stuart, after birth, so far is unable to do any coordinated movements or perform mental operations. However, he will be able to perform physiological functions, or as I like to call it, the essentials, which are things like breathing and having a sleep-wake cycle. At birth, Stuart's brain consists of 100 billion neurons and weighs 350 grams, which is 25% of what it will weigh as an adult brain, which is 1,400 grams. By 6 months of age, Stuart's brain will weigh 50% of its adult weight, and by age 2, his brain will weigh 75% of its adult weight. This really shows how much development is going on during this age bracket, doesn't it? Another interesting fact is, as a newborn, the left hemisphere's amount of neural transmissions increases immensely when subject to speech sounds compared to the right hemisphere. This is likely because language is one of the areas that the left hemisphere typically specializes in. Stuart's brain during this stage produces twice the number of synaptic connections than are ever used. At 4 months of age, we see that Stuart's visual cortex hits its peak amount of synaptic connections, to which it then slowly reduces over time. The peak of synaptic connections produced in Stuart's prefrontal cortex generally occurs around the age of 1. This means that Stuart is developing his high-level thinking and self-regulation skills. Just because Stuart's brain is overloaded with synaptic connections does not mean that he will make use of all of them. As Stuart develops, his brain will get rid of unused or unnecessary connections. This process is called pruning. Connections which are used frequently, such as movement and motor skills, as seen when Stuart learns to crawl and walk, are generally strengthened, allowing Stuart to become better at doing those actions.